Hailing from the days of Medarot 3, this model bestows lunar blessings on any ally that is in need of her assistance. This is MON00, Meda-Moon, with a kit of Reincarnate, All Repair, Super Repair, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Fix Plus, which buffs heating when using a healing skill on your particular turn. Now, in this rather interesting turn of appearance where we're getting a lot of models from the days of Medarot 3, Meda-Moon is a rather interesting choice as far as conventional healers is concerned, with a very wide range of what she brings to the table and her first ever appearance in the realm of 3D no less. This model from the days of yore is definitely ready to come back into action and provide any healing assistance to any team that she's placed on. Reincarnate on the head part is a healing skill that has a rather unique purpose and serves twofold to the effects she's trying to produce. The first of which is that that Reincarnate allows her to resurrect a fallen ally back on the field at 10% HP to all parts. Now, this gives you a chance that if you perhaps lost an ally prematurely, or if you perhaps have some weird suicide strategy with how you choose to go about it, this is a very good opportunity for Meda-Moon to get in the action and bring them back to the field sooner than later. But Reincarnate has an extra added perk to it to any ally that becomes subject to her healing graces. That additional effect is an extra stack of stealth to the ally in question. Now, normally, Reincarnate or Rebirth skills like this are really tricky because only having 10% to all parts means that unless the healer comes right behind it to heal them quickly, they are extremely easy to pick off and take down with even one very light range attack as well. But Reincarnate allowing a stack of stealth means that they cannot be touched until they complete their heating phase, which gives them just a little bit more time to recoup and Meda-Moon more time to provide healing before they get hammered back into non-existence. All Repair on the right arm is a healing skill that has its efficacy tied to the level of healing mastery on the metal itself. So the higher that the healing mastery on the metal is, the more potent healing that you get back to the parts in question. But All Repair is rather unique in the sense that instead of getting healing to one ally in one part, Meda-Moon's All Repair allows her to heal all of her allies at the same time. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone's going to get the exact same amount of healing per se, and its efficacy will be tied to what parts are still active and how close to dying that they actually are. But being able to heal all of her allies and herself at once does allow her to cool off just a little bit and take a little bit of the load off when it comes to trying to keep the team alive, which a lot of healers tend to struggle with because unless they have something to provide passive assistance, they're going to have to really choose carefully who lives and who has to struggle a little longer before she can get to them. All Repair kind of takes the middleman out and allows you to do a little bit of healing to everybody all at once. Super Repair on the left arm, however, is a much more potent version of Basic Repair. So, again, much like with All Repair, it will tie its efficacy relative to the amount of healing mastery on the metal. So, the higher that level is, the more potent and the more healing that you get. But this one is much more potent in the fact that you will get a lot more HP back at once, instantly, without having to resort to several turns restoring HP over time. So ultimately, between Reincarnate, All Repair, and Super Repair, Meda-Moon has the ability to either restore HP to all of her allies at once in a blanket covering. She can restore very potent amounts of HP back to one ally all at once, or she can resurrect a fallen ally that perhaps fell too prematurely. So ultimately, a very wide range of healing skills that she brings to the table. The only real problem that she has here is the fact that she, of course, can't restore broken parts. But of course, they had to nerf her somehow, essentially. Biped Legs means that Meda-Moon will have fairly solid coverage on all terrains, and compared to most other middling stats that you see on a lot of conventional females, Meda-Moons are actually pretty solid and pretty good all around. A base mobility of 898 is very good, as this means she can have fairly solid speed without anything having to bolster or complement or even compensate it, so she's off to a very good start in the speed department. An evade of 1329 is also very good, as this means that she can dodge or graze fairly easily without anything having to snipe her, unless she's in a no dodge penalty or a no dodge ailment. However, she does have a melee and a shooting resist that match at 1349, so this actually makes her a very solid and well-rounded leg in the damage reduction department. So she can take hits up close and personal and from afar and try to keep that damage as low as possible, which actually works very well to her favor. In the armor department, to kind of complement her very good damage reduction and resist stats, she's packing 4200 for the head, just shy of 3,800 per arm, and just shy of 3,900 for the legs. So not only does she have very good damage reduction, but she's also fairly bulky, which makes it fairly difficult to take her out easily. All this being said though, as a pure set score, I honestly have to rate Meda-Moon kind of a middle-of-the-road 6.5 out of 10, and this is actually me being fairly harsh on her, because she is very healthy in the resist department, the armor department, and the speed department, so she covers a lot of ground very easily with her numbers. The only real problem that she has here, though, is the fact that, like I said, she can resurrect fallen allies, she can restore lost HP, but she can't restore broken parts, which means if she wants to provide those parts back, she has to basically wait for the ally to keel over and perish and then resurrect them before she can give them the healing. But she does make up for it with the fact with Fix Plus, which buffs her heating and cooling when using a healing type skill. And given that all three of her skills are healing, that really shouldn't be much of a problem. But given also that the fact that all of her heating and cooling stats are high 600s to mid 800s, this, without Fix Plus even coming in to add more, means that she's going to be very fast on the field when providing those healing skills, and going to be very efficient when doing so. As mixed parts, though, I do have to rate her just a little bit higher at a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, the biggest weakness to Meda-Moon in this case is the fact that she can't restore broken parts. So if you were to replace, say, All Repair with Restore, or All Restore, or something similar that can restore broken parts on the field, then you can really start cooking with an extremely efficient healer that you can use and fit in just about anywhere that you need one, and she covers every base you need, from lost HP to broken parts and rezzing allies as needed, with very impressive and synergetic skills across the board.